Hello friends, welcome back to the next session on general insurance. Now let's begin or start with our learning. In this particular session, we'll be understanding and dealing with the concept of what do we mean by the Tariff Advisory Committee. So the learning objectives or takeaways from this particular session are what do we mean by or how do we define a Tariff Advisory Committee and what are the various legal provisions with respect to the Tariff Advisory Committee. Now first let's understand what do we mean by Tariff Advisory Committee. The Tariff Advisory Committee was formed with the amendment that has been made in the Insurance Amendment Act of the year 1986. So with respect to the amendment that has been brought into the Act of Indian Government, the amendment was being passed in the year 1968 and accordingly the Tariff Advisory Committee was been incorporated. The body that has a perpetual succession and a common seal. Now you must be feeling that this is a common definition that is of a Companies Act. So Tariff Advisory Committee act as a committee or act as a company which has been registered under the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India and act as a company or a representative for the insurance company. What are the various roles that they perform that we'll be looking further. So another meaning of a tariff advisory committee is what role do they perform is they has the power to acquire, hold and dispose of the property, that is the both movable and immovable property. So the tariff advisory committee has the right and certain liability or obligation to acquire or hold the land or the property which is being occurred in a certain concern which is often disputable nature. So a company which has been registered having its common seal and a perpetual succession and having certain vested rights and interests or powers, such a committee is called as a tariff advisory committee. Now let's look at the function that has been performed by the Tariff Advisory Committee. The function that Tariff Advisory Committee has to perform is they have to control and regulate the rates. Now what are those particular rates? The rates with respect to the commission, the rate with respect to the amount of insurance policy that has been decided, the amount of insurance claim that one has to finalize, the amount of insurance premium that a person has to pay, the amount of insurance broker or the commission or the coverage that one has to pay, and so on. So regularizing and finalizing the rates of such transactions or such payments is being undertaken by the Tariff Advisory Committee. Advantages, terms and conditions that may be offered by the insurers. So whatever the terms and conditions that are being laid by the insurance company to the insured person, all those things are being enlisted and they have been listed down by the Tariff Advisory Committee. The Tariff Advisory Committee prepares a certain report and accordingly based on that particular report, it has been communicated to all the insurance companies. There are around 25 plus insurance companies and 37 plus general insurance companies in India. So for the communication, for the smooth functioning of those activities, certain guidelines, certain norms have been provided, and those norms have been provided, they are being set by the Tariff Advisory Committee with respect to the amount that needs to be charged. And those norms are being communicated to the insurance companies and it has been observed and it has been seen by the Tariff Advisory Committee that all those norms have been fulfilled and they have been complied with. So a proper communication or a notice is been sent by the TAC, that is Tariff Advisory Committee, to various insurance companies. Now what is the composition or the structure of the organization structure of the Tariff Advisory Committee? The Tariff Advisory Committee is been functioned or it has come into existence from the amendment in the section 64 UA of the Advisory Committee members, and this particular amendment is passed in the year 1968 from the Insurance Amendment Act. The members or the participants of the Tariff Advisory Committee is the first one is the chairperson. So the chairperson is the prime or the supreme authority of the TSA, that is Tariff Advisory Committee. The next member is the vice chairman or the deputy chairman who has been appointed by the IRDAI. And the third person is the secretary who acts as a middleman or who acts as a mediator or a link between the chairperson and the vice chairperson and the insurance company. So in this way, along with the three members, the composition of TAC, that is Tariff Advisory Committee, is into existence. Now let's look at or study what are the various powers that have been associated with the Tariff Advisory Committee. The Tariff Advisory Committee has a certain power to conduct elections. Now the elections with respect to the appointment of members, appointment of directors, appointment of various participants or the members about those concerned is being undertaken by the Tariff Advisory Committee. So the Tariff Advisory Committee can conduct the various elections at the IRDAI level or at the insurance company level, and the various members such as chairman, vice chairman or the secretary can be appointed by the TAC. Implementing the procedure of holding the meetings. So whatever meetings that have been needed to be conducted as per the provisions in the Insurance Amendment Act or as per the provisions were provided in the Indian Companies Act of 1956 and Amended Companies Act of 2013. All those norms, all those meetings or the compliances, whether they have been conducted or whether they have been implemented or not, done or not, all those things are needed to be supervised, maintained and seen by the TAC, that is the Tariff Advisory Committee. Conducting elections for the regional committee. Now, at every stage, either the insurance company or the insurance agency authorities are being divided into different sectors or different committees or certain areas. That is the west zone, the east zone, the north zone, and the south zone. So, in those particular concerns, conducting of elections, appointment or selection or approval of the final members, checking the eligibility, screening the criteria, and approving, getting the approval of the members from the IRDAI. All such activities are being performed by the Tariff Advisory Committee. Implementing procedures of convening the meeting. So whatever procedure that is needed to be followed for conduction of meeting, during the meeting and at the closure of that particular meeting. So preparing of agenda and preparing of minutes is being undertaken by the Tariff Advisory Committee. Appointment of officers of the regional committee. So who are the officers of the regional committee? At every regional level, we have various three authorities, that is a chairman, a vice chairman and a secretary. So appointment of those particular officers at all the regional level. This particular region may be either east zone, west zone, north zone or the south zone or the central zone. So based on those particular zones, appointment of members, all those activities are being undertaken by the Tariff Advisory Committee. Now, what are the powers that have been given by to the section to the Tariff Advisory Committee under the Section 64 UC? The first power that has been given is the Tariff Advisory Committee has the power to fix the various rates, advantages and terms and conditions. So the rate that is needed to be fixed with respect to the remuneration, with respect to the commission, with respect to the brokerage, with respect to the insurance premium, with respect to the disbursement and so on. So all such fixation of rates, all those powers have been mentioned or they have been given under the Section 64 UC. Making decision regarding the prospective loss. So whatever loss that is being projected or whatever loss that is being expected to be incurred, all those things have been mentioned, they have been covered, governed or controlled or regulated under the Section 64 UC. No discrimination policy. The Tariff Advisory Committee has to see that there is no discrimination or partial discrimination or any type of discrimination is being conducted or is being followed in terms of either the performance, role, or government or organization of the insurance company or the insured person or within the regulatory authorities. So all those concern or the non-discrimination policy is needed to be undertaken or control is needed to be there from the Tariff Advisory Committee. Bind the insurer as per the terms and conditions of the contract. So it is the duty of the Tariff Advisory Committee to see that the insurer person, that is either the insurance company or the insured person, are bound to the terms and conditions that have been set or that have been laid by the Tariff Advisory Committee in consultation with the IRDAI. Now, what are the various transitional provisions that have been provided under Section 64 UD? The first transitional provision that has been provided is the elected advisory committee members shall continue to function as the advisory committee. So, as per the procedure of election that has been undertaken, the members have been appointed as the chairman, the vice chairman, and the secretary of the Tariff Advisory Committee. So, the transitional provision is with respect to the members that the elected members of the advisory committee act as a full-time members of the advisory committees also. The control of insurance shall become the chairman of the committee. So, whosoever is the control of the insurance agencies or the regulatory authority, he will become the chairman of the Tariff Advisory Committee. The committee can be functioned or can be formed either at the central level or at the various zonal level. Fixation of the rates, terms and conditions and all those particular norms which have been provided under Section 64 UC are also under the purview or the regulation of Section 64 UD. Now let's summarize what we have seen in this or what we have learned in this particular session. In this session, we have learned about what do we mean by a Tariff Advisory Committee and what are the various functions or the roles that have been performed by the Tariff Advisory Committee. Further, we have also studied the composition of the Tariff Advisory Committee with respect to the number of members and their duties and responsibilities that they have to perform. Further, we have also seen the Section 64U and Section 64UD with respect to the provisional and transitional provisions or the powers that have been given to the Tariff Advisory Committee. Thank you for your patience listening. I hope you must have enjoyed the session. Thank you.